Braun Strowman returning tonight, and he was the surprise mystery superstar to face Carmelo Hayes. Let's just say Melo at least tried, right? Braun Strowman picked up the win. Match was like 2 or 3 minutes long, that was all. Braun Strowman officially on SmackDown. I do wonder with Nick Aldis sort of punishing Carmelo Hayes, putting him in this match with Braun, and of course this being a squash and everything, if this is like Carmelo Hayes' goodbye from Friday nights, maybe they send Hayes to Raw. That would make a bit of sense. Obviously him being frustrated, why would he still want to work with Nick Aldis when the option's there to be transferred to Raw? Now, Braun was definitely not a name that was being floated around last week. Obviously, the spoiler did come out yesterday. People were saying it was Braun. A lot of people were holding on to hope that it wasn't, and that might have been a placeholder, because WWE themselves did list this as a new superstar. So a lot of people were expecting like a Penta, which would have made a lot of sense, but obviously this was Braun Strowman's return. I wanted to ask you the question, though. Did you like Braun's return? Was you disappointed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We also need to ask the question, what does this potentially mean for the Wyatt 6? Now, we theorised, and a lot of other people have too, that the Wyatts losing could be a gateway to bring in another member. And one of those names was Braun Strowman. Now, with Braun on SmackDown, does that rule him out? Or could the Wyatts also move to SmackDown? This is things you might have missed from WWE SmackDown. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. SmackDown would start this week with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso coming out with a crutch, obviously talking about his broken toe from War Games and his family and how much he loves his family. But he said 2025 is going to be a big year for Big Jim. Great promo where he'd talk about possibly winning the Royal Rumble, potentially going after the United States Championship, or even going after the WWE Championship. But Jimmy, he was all alone, and when he finished his promo, he got a special guest in Drew McIntyre. A Claymore kick to the injured Jimmy Uso, a bit of a beatdown. Drew McIntyre is like the Bloodline hunter right now. Nick Aldis would confirm shortly after that Drew McIntyre was at SmackDown to talk about the possibility of him moving to the blue brand. We know that WWE transfer window is open. Do you think Drew will go to SmackDown to get his hands on other members of the Bloodline? Or is he just going to show up and kick some ass once in a while? Nick Aldis would also talk to Bianca Belair and Naomi tonight. Now, Bianca Belair would approach Nick and talk about the Women's Tag Team Championships and the Jade Cargill situation. Nick Aldis would confirm the investigation is still ongoing. How? Just ask her! Just please, someone ask Jade Cargill who attacked her. But maybe we can narrow it down to Bianca or Naomi, because straight away Naomi would jump in at the thought of Bianca having to relinquish the titles and offer her services as Bianca's new tag partner. They will team up to defend those belts next week. Now, did Naomi do it to benefit from gaining a tag title, or did Bianca do it to replace her tag team partner? I think it's one of the two. After the shocking heel turn last week with Gargano's low blow to Chris Sabin, tonight we would hear from the new tag team champions, DIY. All black and white. Really good vibe to this as they complained, saying that they felt screwed out of the tag team titles. They felt like Motor City Machine Guns came straight in, skipped the queue, straight to the front of the line, and they finally got their flowers. It's just a shame it happened at their funeral. I thought this promo was genuinely brilliant for DIY. I thought the presentation was perfect, and I really love the continuation of WWE making these moments feel justified. DIY feel that this was the right thing for them to do. And you know what? If you're a fan of DIY, you probably do too. And therefore, this heel turn for them doesn't destroy their fan base. Pure genius. We found out officially today that Raw on Netflix is getting a kickoff show that will actually air this coming Wednesday. But look at this. Logan Paul is featured as one of the featured superstars. Now, interestingly, just this week, Logan Paul would actually announce his retirement from wrestling. Well, he's going to be there Wednesday. Let's see what he does. I'm assuming from the island of relevancy, Roman Reigns would deliver cinema tonight as he would talk about the importance of the Fala and how he didn't just get given it. He didn't just take it. He earned it. He was awarded it by the family and Solo took it. And now Roman Reigns wants it back. Well, in fact, he wants it back January 6th. Obviously, Roman Reigns isn't going to work Christmas. Of course he's not. But that does mean we got our first big match set for Raw on Netflix. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa for the Fala Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. I'm down for that one. Safe to say, though, LA Knight doesn't care about the Fala after he called it the Lafa tonight. Brilliant. LA Knight would face off with Solo Sikoa tonight. And yes, we would see Solo Sikoa mimicking Roman Reigns. I don't think we've seen him do that before, have we? LA Knight definitely came close, but it was the beast, Jacob Fatu, rising once again, causing a disqualification. It would then be Andrade and Apollo Crews coming out, trying to make the save, but unsuccessful. Momentum with the new Bloodline, and I'm going to assume they're going to defeat Apollo, Andrade and LA Knight in a 6-man tag before Tribal Combat to give them even more momentum. Legado were complaining to Nick Aldis tonight and even teased potentially moving to Raw again. That transfer window, will Legado move to Monday nights? Such a shame, as Braun Strowman tonight would reject being a part of Pretty Deadly the musical. Come on, man. We want this musical. They needed a monster. This was the perfect casting. We're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, aren't we? But not to see Braun Strowman again, as we got it confirmed tonight that next week, Braun Strowman will be a guest on the Grayson Waller Effect. As part of a commercial for Power Slap Mobile, they actually did mention Omos. Bring him on TV. Why are we not using him? Come on, WWE. Talking of on TV, Merry frickin' Christmas. Right, focus. Tiffany Stratton took on Mishin tonight in the Women's United States Championship tournament. A little bit of a botch. Obviously, Tiffany hit the moonsault when Mishin was meant to roll out of the way. But nonetheless, eat defeat. Mishin was successful. Chelsea Green would take on Bayley in the final match tonight. And Chelsea Green picked up the win. That means tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event, it will be Mishin versus Chelsea. They've come a long way since their dumpster match for the Women's United States Championship. Alex Shelley would challenge Johnny Gargano to a match for next week's SmackDown. I don't know why their promo was also in black and white. I feel like that vibe really suited the heel turned DIY. Don't know why Motor City Machine Guns had the same effect. We found out next week, thanks to Candice, it will be Candice and Nia taking on Bianca and Jade. She did call them Naomi, though, so they've now got officially a tag team name. I don't think she was meant to call them that, by the way. But this segment ended with Candice telling Tiffany, maybe singles wrestling isn't for you. And Tiffany looked at the briefcase. Could we be seeing a cash-in on Nia very soon? A vignette for Shinsuke Nakamura tonight, and this was weird because he just spoke about LA Knight, and LA Knight seemingly has moved on, but Nakamura hasn't. I don't know, that just seems a little bit wrong, as Nakamura is the United States champion, and genuinely, I just want to see more from him. Genuinely, I need to know if that fan with that amazing sign, Cody, all I want for Christmas is your autograph, actually got Cody's autograph. I hope he did. If someone sees it on social media, tag me, please. Kevin Owens would originally no-show, and of course we wouldn't get an answer to what Triple H gifted Cody Rhodes, because then Kevin would interrupt on the screen once again from his car, and of course Kevin Owens would lure Cody Rhodes to the back, where he would jump Cody. After knocking Cody out with a championship belt, Kevin would pose with the title, wearing a Stardust t-shirt. Is this the scene in 24 hours? Will Kevin Owens dethrone Cody? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I thought this show was amazing. Lots of big talking points and lots of big builds for next week, for Saturday night, and for Raw on Netflix. 9 out of 10. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video. We'll be back tomorrow night. See you then. Peace!